What if I told you that a long discredited idea about evolution might actually have a point? I'm talking about Lamarckism, the theory that organisms can pass on traits acquired during their lifetime to their offspring. For over a century, this idea was basically laughed out of the room. Darwin's natural selection took the spotlight. Lamarck's giraffes stretching their necks to reach higher leaves became the textbook example of how evolution doesn't work. But what if it's not that simple? Let's dig in. Lamarckism says, if you work out and build muscle, your kids should be born a little buffer. Or if a plant stretches towards sunlight, its seeds might grow into taller plants. For a long time, scientists said, no way. Only genes pass through DNA matter. But then, something weird happened. Enter epigenetics. This is the study of how behaviors and environment can cause changes that affect the way genes work, without altering the underlying DNA sequence. Imagine little chemical tags sitting on your DNA, turning genes on or off. Diet, stress, toxins, trauma. And here's the kicker. Some of these changes can be passed down to future generations. For example, studies with mice showed that if a mouse learns to fear a certain smell, its pups, who've never smelled it before, might also be born with that same fear. In humans, things like famine stress experienced by grandparents have been linked to health effects in their grandchildren. It's not exactly Lamarck's giraffes, but it's not pure Darwin either. So, was Lamarck right? Well, not entirely. You can't just get a tattoo and expect your baby to be born with ink. But the idea that life experiences can echo into the next generation isn't as crazy as it once sounded. Epigenetics shows us that inheritance is more flexible and mysterious than we ever imagined. In the end, evolution is messier and way more fascinating than the old textbooks made it out to be. Maybe, just maybe, Lamarck deserves a little more respect. So next time you hear about survival of the fittest, remember, sometimes it's also survival of the most adaptable. And that adaptability might just run deeper than our DNA.